Imagine a game you played as a child. Innocent, simple, fun. Now imagine that same game hunted you in the dark, with creatures that can see your heat signature, smell your fear, and move faster than your heartbeat. When the sky rips open and an alien ship descends, humanity learns a terrifying truth. The invaders aren't here for war. They're here to play. But their version of hide and seek has only one rule. If they find you, you don't get tagged. You disappear forever. The world changes overnight when thousands of humans vanish without a trace, leaving behind only scorch marks and eerie symbols carved into walls. Survivors soon learn the horrifying secret. An alien species known as the Seekers have descended, treating Earth like their personal hunting arena. They force humans into a deadly game of hide and seek, where the aliens count, humans run, and the clock is always ticking. With advanced senses, cloaking abilities, and a hunger for live prey, these extraterrestrial hunters turn every abandoned building, forest, and city street into a battlefield of fear. And for humanity to survive, hiding isn't enough. They must learn the rules and find a way to beat the Seekers at their own game. The first official round of the aliens' terrifying hide-and-seek begins at dawn, announced by a low-frequency hum spreading across cities like a trembling heartbeat. Humans discover they have exactly 60 seconds to scatter before the Seekers begin hunting. It's chaos. People sprint through shattered streets, dive into basements, crawl into air vents, or wedge themselves under cars. Anything that might buy a few more minutes of life. But the aliens aren't bound by human limits. Their vision shifts through thermal, ultraviolet, and electromagnetic spectrums. Nothing escapes them. Not body heat, not shallow breathing, not even the faint tremor of a heartbeat echoing off concrete walls. For the Seekers, the air itself becomes a map. Their bodies move with unnatural fluidity, almost gliding, their long limbs bending at angles that defy biology. They don't shout, don't roar, don't speak. They simply seek as the first victims vanish in flashes of blinding white light. Survivors realize the truth. The Seekers aren't killing, they're collecting. Each disappearance leaves behind strange spiral markings scorched onto the ground, suggesting a ritualistic purpose behind the game. Panic spreads. But so does strategy. Humans quickly learn that hiding isn't about staying still, it's about staying unpredictable. Moving when the aliens switch vision modes becomes crucial. Shadows become allies, reflections become traps, and silence becomes the only real currency. The first round ends with thousands missing, and humanity understands one thing clearly. The Seekers are not just hunting for sport. They are studying their prey. As days pass, survivors begin working together, sharing everything they observe about the Seekers' hunting patterns. This cooperation gives birth to the first underground resistance groups. Study the aliens' behavior like scientists examining predators. They learn the Seekers rely heavily on sound once darkness falls, using a form of biosonic pulses that bounce through structures like living radar. To counter this, humans start building noise traps, shattered glass paths, suspended metal cans, wind chimes improvised from abandoned houses. These traps don't stop the Seekers, but they create enough distraction to misdirect them, a precious advantage in a game where seconds matter. But the aliens adapt. Soon, they begin mimicking human noises with horrifying accuracy, soft crying, panicked breathing, the voice of a loved one calling your name. These mimicries lure survivors out of hiding, and one by one, they disappear. The psychological warfare destroys morale. Trust collapses. People isolate themselves. Thieve, unsure whether the voice outside their hideout is friend or predator. Yet, within this chaos, a small, determined group pushes forward. They document every sound mimic pattern and categorize the Seekers' hunting modes into phases. Their breakthrough comes when they notice that after each successful capture, the Seekers pause not to rest, but to listen, as if waiting for something. A signal, a command, a countdown to the next round. The group begins to suspect a central intelligence controlling the game, something far beyond the hunters they encounter. If they can find that core, they might end the game forever. The resistance group's suspicions grow when they discover the aliens avoid areas dense with electromagnetic fluctuations. Old radio towers, malfunctioning billboards, abandoned power grids. These structures distort the seeker's senses, cited by the discovery. The group tests this theory by rigging a decaying substation to overload. When a seeker enters the area, its movements distort, flicker, and glitch like a corrupted video feed. It freezes mid-step, unable to process its environment. For the first time, a human approaches a downed seeker without being vaporized. But the moment the electromagnetic surge fades, the alien reboots and vanishes, leaving behind only a resonating vibration in the air. This moment ignites hope like wildfire. Survivors across different regions begin restoring old infrastructure, building networks of safe zones where humans can rest, regroup, and plan. The seekers, realizing their prey is evolving, escalate the game. They stop hunting alone. They arrive in coordinated formations, deploying levitating drones that scan from above. The game's difficulty increases tenfold. Hiding becomes nearly impossible. Every round becomes deadlier, and the seekers begin marking buildings with strange runes that block electromagnetic interference, closing off safe zones one by one. But the resistance refuses to give up. They decode fragments of the runes and uncover the terrifying truth. The seekers are not the masters of the game, only the players. Something far more powerful, hidden inside their mothership, is setting the rules. And it's preparing the final round, one that will decide whether humanity survives or disappears forever. Hooray! As the final round begins, an unnatural silence blankets the world, broken only by the pulsing glow of the alien mothership looming overhead. Humanity knows this is no ordinary game. The Seekers have been harvesting the strongest minds through deadly hide-and-seek. Armed with knowledge of their patterns and weaknesses, the Resistance activates every electromagnetic grid and tower, sending surges that glitch the Seekers' movements and freeze them mid-hunt. The mothership retaliates with a deafening pulse, but the humans hold the signal long enough for its systems to collapse in blinding bursts of light. When the glow fades, the Seekers are gone. Earth is silent, not with fear, but with hope. The game is over. Humanity survives, yet a chilling question lingers. Who designed this game, and will they return for another round?